What's up, fellow Dashers? My name is Tom, and I've got over 46,000 lifetime deliveries with DoorDash. And I received this email yesterday, and my zones looked really funky. So I'm not sure how many other areas within the United States have this already or was pushed out to them yesterday, but they've changed the way our zones look, and I wanted to show you a way to counter their maneuver to try and manipulate you to accept orders that are outside of your zone. This is specifically for individuals who use the pause feature when they cross over a boundary and have no desire to dash in a adjoining zone. So yesterday this email came in and it says we're piloting some changes to zone shapes, so if your zone looks a little different, that's expected. We've updated zones to better match where offers usually happen in your area. This means your zone now centers around the busiest areas, helping you stay closer to the action when you dash. Whenever DoorDash sends something out, it's not the verbiage that they use to share their vision, it's the verbiage that they don't share. And you always need to think along the lines of what the programmers and what the company is really trying to do. They very rarely do things that benefit the dashers as independent contractors. It's usually for them so that they can try and move more product and get you to help out in an adjoining zone, even though you may or may not have any desire to dash inside that zone. So it says, why are we testing this? They say, we're exploring ways to make dashing more efficient for you by aligning zones with where offers typically occur, which can help reduce time spent waiting deliveries. Excuse me. Reduce time spent waiting between deliveries. That all sounds really good. But usually the zones were fairly straight lines in most areas, and you knew when you crossed over a boundary. You got to the point where you recognized landmarks, you could turn it on, turn off your pause, and not, get an offer that you'd have to decline, which would then obviously affect your acceptance rating. Now, somebody like myself, I dash 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. And as a result, my acceptance rating isn't affected like it would affect most of you, because I usually do roughly 40 deliveries per day. So that means in 2.5 days, I cycle through 100 deliveries. But for those of you who are out there who are doing this on a part-time basis or cherry picking or multi-apping, however it is that you're using the platform, when your acceptance rating will get you better offers by being a platinum. And I know some of you have no desire to be a platinum. You're like, your acceptance rating is at 12%. That's all well and good. For those of you who do that, this video is not for you. Feel free to shut it off. But for those who do try to maintain the platinum and they're not doing that many deliveries on a daily basis, they don't want to be forced to have to take an offer that's in an area that they have no desire to dash in. It might be high crime, high theft, undesirable location, a lot of apartments, low tip, whatever the reason may be. So the solution that I came up with was creating a map overlay inside of Google Maps. And it's a feature inside of Google Maps that's called Google My Maps. So if you go over and you go into Google and you go into Google My Maps, you can duplicate the zones. And this is easily done, much more easily done on a desktop than it is on your phone. But, well, not but. If you're on your desktop and you launch this application and you use your phone when you're not on a dash, you can actually zoom right in and see each individual pinpoint of where these different boundaries are, and you can create these types of zones. And if you try to do this when you're on an active dash, then you'll find that it's almost like a rubber band feature. You'll try to zoom in to see where that boundary is, and it'll snap back. And it's just very, very difficult to do while you're on a current dash. So take some time when you're at home in front of your computer, launch a browser, go to Google My Maps, and or go to Google My Maps, and then create these different boundaries. And once you've created one, the other boundaries that are adjacent to it are a lot easier, because it almost snaps to that that pinpoint on the previous location. But this will then launch and show you any of the different boundaries as you're crossing it over, so that then you can take control of your pause dash to stop DoorDash from sending you offers that you don't want to accept. So this is my gift to you. I hope this helps. I hope you take the time to utilize this method to try and counter anything that DoorDash does. I've often told DoorDash when I've had conversations with them, look, it'll take you 9 months to come on up with the concept, to the drawing board, to the programming, to the implementation. But we, as independent contractors who are in control of our own destiny, we can make decisions on the fly in minutes, if not seconds. So don't let DoorDash control your life. Take control of your own destiny and go out and make that money. Have a great day.